Lions of Panjshir resistance fighters train SAS-style in mountain fortress as they vow to crush the Taliban. Resistance fighters in Afghanistan have vowed to continue their fight against the Taliban as they train in SAS-style in a mountain fortress just north of Kabul. The Lions of Panjshir were seen balancing wooden logs on their shoulders while wading through water as they prepared for the arrival of enemy forces. Resistance fighters were seen balancing heavy wooden logs on their shoulders. AFP. Fighters wade through the water with wooden logs during training. AFP. The anti-Taliban fighters in military training. AFP. Hundreds of soldiers in the Northern Alliance were seen training in the Panjshir province. AFP. The Panjshir Valley, located in the Hindu Kush mountains, is the last region holding out against the Taliban. Elsewhere in the valley, other resistance military forces were seen carrying weapons and marching through the mountainous terrain. Hundreds of the anti-Taliban fighters, known as the Northern Alliance, had vowed to crush the jihadi rulers and to defend the 170,000 residents of the Panjshir Valley. Last week, it was claimed that the Taliban retreated from the valley after an embarrassing defeat by the Afghan resistance forces. The Taliban said it had sent hundreds of fighters to the region after they claimed that local state officials refused to hand it over peacefully. Ali Nazari, head of the foreign relations for a coalition of anti-Taliban groups, told the Financial Times that opposition fighters had defeated the Taliban in the region. They were trying to attack Panjshir, but they were unable to do that, said Nazari of the National Resistance Front of Afghanistan. However, the Taliban spokesman, Zabihullah Mujahid, claimed that there had been no fighting in Panjshir yet and that the Taliban are seeking a peaceful solution. Several Taliban opponents have gathered in the Panjshir Valley, including Amrullah Saleh, the vice president in the toppled government who claims to be the acting president. In a Twitter message to Afghans, Saleh said, "Join the resistance. I will never, ever and under no circumstances bow to Taliban terrorists." He has vowed to resist after President Ashraf Ghani fled the country, reportedly escaping with bags of cash worth up to $169 million. Ahmad Massoud, son of the slain commander of the Northern Alliance militias that partnered with the U.S. to drive the Taliban from power in 2001, is also in Panjshir. In interviews with Arab media outlets over the weekend, Massoud said his fighters would resist any attempt to take the province by force but were open to dialogue with the Taliban. It is believed that the Northern Alliance are being sponsored by its neighboring country Tajikistan after a picture showed a Tajik chopper land in the valley. In a tweet from the resistance fighters' military social media account, they said, "Earlier this morning, resistance forces got a first support from Tajikistan. Helicopters have imported enough equipment, guns, full ammunitions and foods. The morale of the resistance is high. We are grateful to our neighbor for all the support they started since the beginning." The Panjshir Valley is the last remaining holdout in Afghanistan. AFP. The uprising forces have vowed to defend the residents of the valley. AFP. Fighters marched through the mountains with logs and weaponry. AFP.